To the peace, everybody out there. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, today what I'm going to speak about is there's a channel called Crown TV Courts, and they actually hold on. They get court transcripts and court documents, and they actually read it. So just so when there's a cross examination between prosecutors and the defense, they actually read it, and it makes you feel like you're actually in the courtroom. And they've got a lot of different cases, a lot of federal RICOs and stuff like that. Very interesting. Today we're gonna talk about the case of a guy named his name is LABAR SPANN, and he's from Chicago. He's a four corner hustler, and he's alleged to have be the one responsible for the hit on Kato. Now Kato was a Latin king or something like that. He was a part of a Latin gang. He was really, really big in the game. He was friends with Fat Joe, the rapper, and DMX actually made a song about him. DMX made a song about Kato. DMX and Kato were really good friends with each other. That's LABAR. That's him right there. His name is Bro Man in the streets. They call it, and his real name is LABAR SPANN. And Kato and like I said, Kato and DMX were really, really close. Like I said, he made a song called Kato in honor of Kato, I think. Remember this song, Ayo Kato? Let's get into that. Let me show you real quick so you can remember.
Yo, X, got some bad news. Kato's dead, man. What? Yeah, Kato's dead, man. You can't be serious, man. We miss you.
Yeah, and Fat Joe told stories about how Kato was real big in the drug game. Now, LABAR SPANN is actually, I think, in a wheelchair, and he's been charged in some federal crimes for his four-corner hustler activity, and he's charged with a bunch of murders. Now, in this particular video from Crown TV Courts, the title says, "Witness details how he left jail every day to go out onto the streets wearing a wire for Chicago police." Now, let's sit back and analyze this. You understand? Let's check it. Mario Young, that's the guy who's testifying, and he actually left.
Now, sir, about 6 months before you attended Pig and Wheezy's trial, did you have another interaction with the defendant on Maple and Kilpatrick? Yes. And again, what was the significance of Maple and Kilpatrick to you? It was the area I controlled. And this interaction, was this in about 2012? Yes. Can you describe the interaction with Mr. Spann on Maple and Kilpatrick?
The leader of the conspiracy is SPANN, LABAR SPANN.
Well, I had a couple incidents with him right there. So why don't you tell me about the first one? The first one was this little guy lived in the building and was serving customers outside the building where another one of them little guys work at. And he told them he couldn't do that no more. He called Brother Man, so they called me.
All right, so Brother Man, that's LABAR SPANN. That's the guy responsible for killing Kato, allegedly. He's the guy who's the head of the conspiracy. Four-corner hustler.
All pulled up. And when Brother Man found out it was me out there, he went on and left. So you said there was a guy selling outside the end of the building? Lil Boss lived in the building, and he was coming out, serving customers in front of the building, but somebody else was already working out there. Got it. So you said Lil Boss was serving outside of the building? Yes. And when you say he was serving, what does that mean? Selling narcotics.
Let's move forward.
No, I wasn't worried about it. Here we go. Why don't we go for another 10 or 15 minutes? Sure. So you were physically released from jail in July of 2003? Yes. Were you allowed to go back and live at home? No. Why not? Because part of the agreement was I had to get locked up at night.
Whoa. This is with the cooperation agreement.
You said you had an agreement. Part of your agreement was to be locked up at night? Yes. What was this agreement? That I was going to cooperate with the government?
All right, so the agreement was he's going to cooperate with the government in the daytime, and he's going to be locked up at night in an undisclosed location. So he's on the streets at night dealing with the gang activities, drug activities, gathering intelligence, and wearing a wire. I'm going to end it at this. But yeah, this is a very big case. Like I said, the guy who is at the head of the conspiracy, his name was LABAR. His name is LABAR SPANN, and he's currently in a wheelchair, but he's one of the most notorious modern-day gangsters in Chicago. And yeah, like I said, the name of the channel that you should check out is Crown TV Courts. And yeah, man, crazy. LABAR SPANN, Four Corner Hustler, big RICO trial. Here's another good video for you to check out. Internal conflict. An inside hit causes a split between key members of the Four Corner Hustlers. And that's Crown TV Courts, LABAR SPANN's case. And it just goes to show you how cases are built. Because when you watch the when they read the testimony, it makes you feel like you're in the court, and it gives you an inside understanding of how cooperation works and stuff like that. And yeah, man, the government will allow somebody to come out of jail in the daytime to cooperate and get involved in drug activities and lock them up at night in an undisclosed location. And you would never know. You thinking this guy's free. You don't know he has a charge on his back. You don't know. And it's crazy, the whole situation. Kato, he was murdered in 2003. Kato was a big Latin guy, real big, heavy-set Latin guy. The guy, JC from Word to Strong, he basically built his name because he was associated with Kato, and he's a Latino brother from Chicago who holds it down. Go check. You know who that is. JC from Wrong to Strong. And let me pull up a pic of Kato. You know what I mean? Because Kato was a legendary dude in Chicago. He was a big money dude. Like I said, Fat Joe always talks positively about him. You know what I mean? And he was DMX's homeboy. Rest in peace, Kato. Peace.